All right, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Friday to everybody. It's an awesome, extended 3-day Labor Day weekend here. I'm here with my buddy Justin.
We're back. Hey, JB underscore the Tampa Sports Guy on Instagram. Don't forget about it. Go follow, go like, do all that stuff. Don't forget to like your Brew and Orange pages on all of the social media websites as well. But we're back. I know last week on Friday I wasn't here. We had some other things going on, so we couldn't get together, but we're back, and it feels so good to be back, let me tell you.
We're back. So we're back and live here on Brew and Orange. We got a loaded show for you, a whole bunch of stuff about the Bucs, the Lightning, the Gators, just everything that you need to know going into a busy Labor Day weekend of sports. You got the Rays are on the road, or actually the Rays are at home right now against Miami. And they're trying to wrap up this series. You got the Lightning starting next week.
Waiting to see who we play.
Finals. Tonight it's Game 7 of the Islanders Flyers. We'll get to that shortly. And, of course, we got Gators news. Of course, we're always going to have stuff. I'm always going to find stuff for you. However, I digress. Let's go ahead and get into the brew part of Brew and Orange. What do you think, Justin?
It's my favorite part.
So, I don't have a fancy can or anything for you. However, this is a kind of a double local here. So this is Brew. It's called Brew Growler Bar, established 2016 off of Gun Highway here in Tampa, Citrus Park area. The beer we're drinking is Faded Nights from Sunlab Brewery in Miami. It's a 7.5 ABV. And I just got it filled down the road today. I've been driving by this place, been wanting to try it out, and I finally got a chance to stop by. So go get your growler filled at Brew Growler Bar. They've got only Florida taps, about 10 or 12 taps. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been there before. I'm going to have to check it out. Where did you say it was at?
Gun Highway. So go, I would say, Gun Highway down past Citrus Park Mall.
Okay.
Kind of in Odessa. It's about
Headed that way.
It's about 7 or 8 minutes from Citrus Park Mall. Not far at all. Well worth the drive. And they got Nitro Coffee. So if you want to get some coffee afternoon, pop up in a laptop, get some work done. Nitro Coffee. Plenty of growlers available and some good Florida tap beers.
I'm not a coffee guy, but
I told him about it.
You say Nitro Coffee?
Yes.
Sounds interesting. And just as always, you know, that Buccaneers cup, because I'm rocking that Bucs cup probably every episode. That's how we're going to do this.
That's the signature. So you see this, guys. This beer is unbelievable. I did a Sunlab beer about a week and a half ago. So this is from the same place, Sunlab Brewery. It's down in Miami. This is a New England style IPA called Faded Nights. It may be one of those. Don't quote me on it. However, but you'll see this color. It's unreal. It's what we love to drink here, if you haven't figured it out already. So cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Happy Friday, everybody. Oh, yeah. No, unbelievable. I'm gonna jump out on top of this. That's a 4 right now. That's a 4. So everyone go to my Untapped Brew and Orange. I'm giving that a 4. It's sessionable. It's crushable. It's citrusy. Nothing lingers. It's good. That's a very tasty, drinkable beer. I highly recommend it. Sunlab Brewery. Let's just double check. Where's that tag? Sunlab Brewery in Miami. 7.5 ABV Faded Nights from Sunlab. Delicious beer. I would drink it, man. Next time I'm on the golf course, I'm grabbing one of these. At Brew Growler Bar. There it is. Check it out. Awesome spot.
I'm going to give that a solid 3.75.
I knew that was coming, ladies and gentlemen.
And not in 3.75 is a good score. I really like that beer. For me, 3.5, 3.75 are top-notch beers. You rarely see me go over 4s. That is a really good beer. I would not be able to drink too many of them because they do
7.5. It drinks better than a 7.5, I promise.
It does. But knowing that it's 7.5, I still know what's going to happen if I drink too many.
And if we get through these, because we have a pretty decent show coming on deck for you, if we bypass this 32-ounce growler, we're going to move into some Sun City IPA. And I think I told you all about this. This beer was named because, correct me if you've heard this before, stop me. They held the Guinness Book of World Records, St. Pete did, for most days of sunshine. And that's why this beer is Sun City IPA.
You know why? Because we live in the sunshine
That's what we do. I love it. There is no better time to be alive right now as a Tampa sports fan. Lightning, Eastern Conference Final, the Rays in first place in the East, 5 games above the Yankees. The Bucs are starting to the talk of the town. I mean, we just got
So
All right.
just trust. Listen,
How you feel
I'm
about that?
excited to talk about Tampa sports today. I don't want to give away too much about what we're going to talk about today, but just know that.
And if you can't tell, we're all into the blue and orange today. This is
Yes.
blue and orange, and we're wearing blue and orange. We didn't plan that. I just went and grabbed this shirt. He started the trend.
Yeah.
I just kind of went. This is my game day shirt. I know he wears it. He's got a plethora of polos.
You know, my thing was
I'm ready for
my Instagram thing is JB the Tampa sports guy. I don't want y'all to think I'm not a Gator fan because I am a huge Gator fan, and that's not necessarily Tampa sports, but at the same time,
That's the basis, the groundwork for this podcast.
absolutely.
That's what we're gonna do.
And you know, USF Tampa sports, but we grew up, born and raised
Tampa
blue and
fan.
orange. We
Yep.
we blue and orange blooded. So. We will eventually talk USF on here because it does have to do with Tampa
next
sports.
week they play Citadel.
First
They're ready
game?
to start.
First game. I'm ready. I'll be watching it.
Next week's a big week. This week there's college football on tomorrow as well.
College football, and there was college football on last night. Remember?
Yeah,
Then I
Southern
texted you?
Miss and Southern Alabama.
You know who plays for Southern Miss?
Frank Gore. Jr.
Frank Gore Jr. He's a freshman.
about
Wouldn't
that?
that be crazy if he got into the league and Dad was still
Yeah.
playing?
All
I wonder if you could say in the history of the NFL if the dad and son combo ever played.
It's not like the
together.
Griffey's, the Ripkins.
No, I don't know if there's
Yeah.
ever been a father-son combo to play in the league at the same time together.
We'll get back to you on that. Hey, anyone who's watching, you want to Google,
Interesting.
find that for us.
That's interesting.
All right, so here we go. ESPN releases a top 50 players for 2020 college football. Okay, these people are high. I'm over it. I read this. I read this list. Was immediately entrenched in rage. Okay, and I'm gonna
who
tell
do
you
you get
why.
your stuff from? I want to know.
You know, come on. So, guess who number 44 was? So, look, you can argue Pitts and Elam on the outside looking in, only because they didn't list any tight ends. So, I didn't want to. And the wide receivers they had, a few from Ohio State, a few from Clemson. It's questionable all over the board. But the biggest atrocity is Jamie Newman, who just opted out from Georgia, being the number 44th best player in the country.
Well,
according to ESPN, he's the number 44 out of 50.
I feel like that's the boost that Georgia gives you for some
That's the
reason.
Georgia Boost. Georgia Boost.
You got to give me a break because there's no way in hell if he would have still been where he was at last year would he have been given that 44 number.
Let's talk about that.
Unbelievable.
Please, let's talk about that. So, Kyle Trask against much better defenses, a harder schedule, SEC teams, LSU on the road. They played Auburn. His lowest QBR, his worst game was a 3-touchdown game against Auburn.
I mean, because this kid played for Wake Forest, right?
Wake Forest.
So let's just be honest about who he played last year. We're talking about probably the only team that he could have played that was any kind of like real competition would have been Clemson. And I don't.
He had a 16 QBR that game.
Okay, so they did play him and he was horrible. So name another team in the ACC that's any competition. Name one. Because Florida State last year was booty cheeks.
Listen to it. Trask threw for more yards, one less touchdown, a higher passer rating, completion percentage, and he had 4 less interceptions in less games.
In the SEC.
Against better teams, obviously.
Listen.
So, look.
It's a crock of shit.
I'm tired of the Georgia hype. I mean, it's almost like this whole Yankee thing. This is kind of just what is always happening. Like, we feel this need to prop up the Yankees, prop up Georgia all of a sudden, but they're not doing anything. Give me Mullen over Kirby Smart all day. Give me the Gators this year over Georgia. I'm sorry.
Listen, it's the Gators over Georgia every year.
And now, granted, look, I do want to tell everybody, when I do these breakdowns right now, this is as of September 4th. This is going to change. There's going to be injuries, opt-outs. We're not out of the woods with that kind of stuff yet.
Yeah. So there's gonna be changes, like not only injuries and stuff, but just what position we're in from the game we've already played coming up to the South.
And as you already seen, Mullen's not releasing any rosters right now. Today, you couldn't even live stream the Zoom meeting with Mullen. So I'm going to get back to you. Actually, while we're going and stuff, I'm going to get on the board and I'll see if I can find some stuff from that meeting because you and I were looking at it earlier. So again, Newman was number 44. Trash should be on this list for every reason I just gave you. Listen to this. Newman had a QBR of less than 40 on 4 different occasions. Every single game, Kyle Trask's QBR was a 70 or better. Every single time.
I don't know where they're getting their information from, where they get that he's ranked 44. I don't understand.
Trask never completed less than 60% of his passes during a game. So I don't know where did Newman earn that right to be considered on that list? I'll never know.
And look, this isn't Gator bias. This is facts. We're looking up numbers. This is not like.
Look, Kyle Pitts is more important and a better player to their team and in college football than Jamie Newman is. Not even Trask. We can have that argument all day, but we can also argue that Pitts should be on that team.
Jamie Newman's not even playing this year.
Pitts
Like, what are
averaged
we even
12
talking about?
Exactly. Pitts averaged 12 yards a catch. But, I mean,
You want to know something? You know what I heard? I heard Jamie Newman opted out because he was getting beat out. So how is he the number 44 ranked player when he was getting beat out at the starting position his first year at Georgia?
How does JT Daniels already have his NCAA waiver, but Pouncey is still waiting on his?
Yeah.
Shorter is still waiting on his.
That Georgia boost.
Anyways, I digress. So that's my issue with the ESPN top 50 players of 2020. Kyle Trask should be in there. Newman should not, and there's some other guys. Look, there's guys like Sam Howell. I don't know if you do, and it took me. I had to learn a little bit. Sam Howell's a real deal. You got to watch out for Mac Brown over there. Mullen needs to.
We said this in one of our podcasts already. We said look out for North Carolina because Mac Brown is killing it.
So that's just one thing I picked up. I was looking at quarterbacks compared to Trask. Sam Howell was elite, and I really hope that he takes down some Clemson this year. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to see that happen. So let's also talk about real quick. So we went through the race. How's your beer? How's your beer on this Friday,
Delicious.
Labor Day weekend? Everyone extended Labor Day weekend. Let's do it.
And this is the party ain't stopping after we do this podcast. Me and Cody are in it for the long haul tonight. We having some fun.
Go grab your Florida local craft beer from Brew Growler Bar on Gun Highway. When I went in, they had some lagers, stouts, a couple sours, 2 IPAs, the nitro coffee, but it's a great place, a great hangout, great vibe.
Now, this place, it obviously they don't brew their own beer.
No, they don't. No.
So they have beers from all over the place.
Only the state of Florida.
So perfect for our podcast.
Perfect. I will be there. Brew Growler Bar. I will be back. I promise.
Right.
So we covered why Trash should be in the ESPN top 50. We're going to break down a little bit of South Carolina. We're going to save some for as we get closer to the season. It'd be fun to do these the week before, but I learned something interesting about South Carolina today, and I told him about it before the show, and he was surprised as well.
I had no idea.
There is a Colin Hill, a transfer, who transferred into South Carolina. He is now beating Ryan Lahinsky out for the first team reps in scrimmage and in practice right now.
And,
Ryan Lahinsky was a 5. Let me just double check. I think he was a 5-star. If not, he was really ranked high, dual threat.
Listen, what do you expect from South Carolina?
Hey. What is it about? Why does Muschamp recruit such good quarterbacks, bro? They got another 5-star. You saw that last week. 247 5-star.
He recruited good quarterbacks here too, but he didn't run a good freaking offense, so they suck.
Remember, Jeff Driscoll was one of the highest-rated quarterbacks of all time.
And bro, I remember yelling at him on the TV like every game when he was playing,
sitting in prime time, yelling at him. Oh boy,
bro! Because I tell you what, you don't have Muschamp as the coach, and you have Urban as the coach, and Driscoll's a different fucking player.
So we had Ryan Helinski, who was the number 2 pro style, number 64 nationally ranked on a 247 composite. He's getting beat out right now by Colin Hill. Let's go ahead and find out what his deal is.
Colin who?
Colin Hill, King of the Hill.
Oh, King of the Hill.
King of the Hill.
Bobby.
South Carolina pro style quarterback. He was a 3-star from Colorado State. He transferred in from the freaking mountaintops.
From the mountaintop.
Mountaintop conference. That's where he came in from. Needless to say, also 247. Listen to this. 247 did a really interesting article. They rated all of the all the quarterback rooms in college football, and the Gators were a top 5 quarterback room with Kyle Trask, Emory Jones, and Anthony Richardson.
Whoa!
And so, guess who was ranked ahead of them? Yes, with Carson Beck, JT Daniels. They didn't have a starting quarterback. They didn't even know who their starting quarterback was, but because it's Georgia, they were already ranked ahead of Florida in that list. And now you have JT Daniels and Carson Beck and Dwayne Mathis.
You know what you do to shut that shit up? You go out there, you beat them on the field.
So guess what? We love Dan Mullen here. We're not going to lie. We're not, sunshine pumper, homer, whatever. Dan Mullen has to beat Georgia this year. What do you think?
So he has to beat Georgia this year or what?
Or nothing.
Well, that's my question because he needs to beat Georgia this year.
Or face more scrutiny.
But at the same time, if he doesn't beat Georgia this year, he's not getting fired.
Oh, no. So let me ask you, what game do you – so right now, a couple of podcasts ago, we talked about Texas A&M being somehow picked to beat Florida in all of these preseason things. Would you rather Florida beat Georgia and lose to A&M or guarantee that the only loss of next season was Georgia?
I'd rather guarantee the only loss goes to Georgia
Okay.
because it's going to look better than if
Because
you
the
beat
goal-
Georgia and lose to A&M.
Okay.
It's going to look better if we beat A&M like we're supposed to and lose to Georgia.
Because Georgia's going to be the only game that they are possibly not favored in. And I would still, depending on what it looks like, a lot can change. We talked about it earlier: injuries, COVID, opt-outs, everything. A lot of stuff can occur before that November 7th. And it's not our wedding this year. They're going to buy week on my wedding. So thank you. I won't have to worry about missing the game. But hey,
Florida plays a game on my wedding this year.
oh snap! They do. We'll be in the corner on the phone. Don't tell our wives. All right. So
Anyway, but hang on. There's two games that I'm worried about this year: Georgia, and because we need to win that game, and LSU. And I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about LSU, but when Florida and LSU get together, it's always a good game though. It's not like it's ever a blowout.
Can I tell you what really worries me? The last two games, Kentucky and Tennessee back to back.
Why do they worry you?
Because look what we did. Bro, we were losing. We have not, listen to this, fun fact. We have not had a lead. Okay, sorry, let me back up. Kentucky has had a fourth quarter lead 3 years in a row.
And only won one of them.
True, but still.
Only won one of them.
There's something about those games
back
to back.
Why are you worried about Tennessee?
We should stop them. We should.
Why are you
beat
worried
them
about
out. Just because of the placement of the game on the
The
schedule.
last game of the season?
Yeah.
So what?
We're going to maybe have one loss going into that game at Knoxville after playing Kentucky. And it's going to be a noon game. Look what they did to us the first. So y'all saw that, right? So I didn't put this on here. They did release 4 of the games, the times. They haven't released Texas A&M yet. So Ole Miss.
Georgia's 3:30 like always,
Yeah,
right?
always.
Okay.
So at Ole Miss is at noon. At home with South Carolina is at noon. We know Georgia is at 3:30, and we know LSU is now at 3:30. And that's at home. That's at Florida in the Swamp at 3:30.
So do we have any night games this year?
And remember, so today they also, not today, but yesterday they also had capacity, like attendance. The procedures have been released. 17,000 is about 20%.
20% is what I thought it said. Okay.
So about 17,000. The average attendance is about 88,000. I'm not doing the math for you. They already did. It's going to be less than a spring game.
Well, yeah. Speaking on letting people in, they did say update on the Bucs. They did say that the first two home games they're not going to let
that affects USF as well.
So we're looking at probably the Green Bay game as the first game that fans can attend, and it'll probably be at a 20-25% capacity as well. We haven't heard anything for sure, but just speaking on the capacity, it looks like eventually you are going to be able to go to games if you want, as long as you follow the guidelines.
So would you go to a game right now? Like, so Florida said you have to wear a mask.
Yeah, definitely. For all you people not wanting to wear your mask, go ahead, don't wear it. It'll be more room for me in the stadium wearing my mask.
I'll go to a game and wear a
mask. I don't
mask.
give a damn.
And then if you're eating or you're drinking, you don't have to wear it. It's fine, easy peasy.
Just like you go when you go to the restaurant, you're eating, take it off.
5 months we've been doing it. It's easy peasy, but we want to go to a game.
Yeah,
so
I'm going.
I'm talking about beer. I'm talking about beer reviews at the game. Instagram lives, Brew and Orange at the game. That's what I'm talking about. Because you can't tailgate on campus, but we never park on campus.
Ever.
Park right off. Anyway, so
we got the spots.
That's what we got right now. Okay, so remember, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Beer is freaking delicious. It's from Miami. If you're ever down there, Sunlight Brewery, Faded Night, 7.5 ABV, New England style IPA. And remember, once we're done, we're moving on to
and it's getting real because we haven't even got through the Gator talk, and I'm almost done, and Cody's almost done. So it's getting real.
So remember, quarterback controversy at South Carolina. I'm sorry. This Florida line is going to be better than last year.
Of course it is.
Grenard, he was great, and so was Zuniga. Zuniga didn't even play the whole year. You're going to have Brenton Cox, Moon, Tadaro Slayton. This defensive line is – I don't know an offensive line, even Georgia's, who is going to even be able to – every quarterback is done.
Who is number 11? Can't think of his name.
Well, Mohamed Diabate is Voshan Joseph, but he's been gone.
No,
Mohamed Diabate was.
It can't be Joseph that I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about last year.
Probably Mohamed Diabate or Ventrell Miller, maybe. Ventrell Miller and James Houston are starting linebackers right now. They're going to switch a lot between Mohamed Diabate, Hopper is on there, David Reed. Bro, wait, everyone remember the name, David Reese, not the middle linebacker from last year.
I was going to say, we all know the Reese.
The new one. This is David Reese, the second. Oh, bro, Stuart Reese, the offensive lineman transferred from Mississippi State. This is his cousin or brother. I don't want to get that wrong.
So what about the other Reese from last year? They related?
No, not related. But now, Stuart Reese.
Yeah, we was asking.
No, those
You
two
got
are
a
not.
lot of Reese's
No.
going on.
So the two Reeses are Stuart Reese, the offensive lineman, transfer from Mississippi State, and then David Reese, this linebacker. He's a redshirt sophomore. He is ready. I can't wait to watch him.
We took the king size Reese's. We got 3 of them.
Tell me this: who is a sleeper player for you? Who you're a sleeper and a breakout player on offense and defense for you for Florida this year?
Okay, so I don't know if he's really the sleeper would be Brenton Cox because he hasn't shown anything as of yet, but he's looking really good this year. So that would be the sleeper. Breakout, I'll probably say Elam.
Whoa, okay, that's a good pick. I like that.
So I really think Elam's going to have a good year this year and make his name as one of the top DBs in the country.
So you know what they said? They said every year that he was named the preseason freshman All-American, he finished as an All-American.
Mm-hmm.
Mullen said he's not being complacent. He's working hard, and he's ready to take over that leadership role and be even better than last year. And he says that a lot of players fall off after success in their freshman year.
They do. But I feel like that name Elam, we've had a lot of success with that name Elam. I just really feel like he's about to have a really good year.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna know him like you knew the Hargraves and the.
I think he's better than Hargrave.
I think he is too.
He's got more range.
Too.
He's got more range, and he's twitchier.
But you're gonna know his name like you knew those names.
It's like his cousin Matt Elam.
Yeah. Like I said, we have a lot of history with those Elam names. So okay. So on offense,
tell me, breakout, sleeper.
It's hard to even say a breakout guy because like our offense is really. I would say breakout is gonna be Pitts because I think he's gonna have a big year.
That still fits because his year was great last year, but it's nothing compared to what he's going to be thrust into this year with all 4 of those starting senior wide receivers gone. He's going to be looked to at the tight end position in the slot.
And then sleeper is going to be Lingard, the running back we scooped up.
Oh, okay.
I think he's.
That is not something I saw on a lot of those lists, so I like that. Good pick.
That's my pick. So.
Okay. All right, so. On offense, let's see. Breakout on offense is going to be Copeland. I think Grimes is going to be featured a lot, but Grimes is going to allow Copeland to take advantage of a lot of opportunities. And Copeland has that break tackling, yard after catch type abilities.
He does.
And he can high point. So he's the type who high points the ball, comes down, and all of a sudden takes a tackle. He's about 6'2".
6'2". I mean, it's not bad.
He's also stocky. He's big. He's fast twitch, high points the ball, can break tackles. He's going to be a problem. Now,
absolutely.
That's on the sleeper. I'm hearing a lot about Trey Whitmore in the slot. He's your Edelman. He's your Smith. That's not an unpopular opinion, but it's not going to make a lot of people's.
Come on, Cody. I want to hear some hot takes.
That is a hot take.
That's not a hot take.
Trust me.
When everybody else is saying it's not a hot take.
They're saying it, but I said it a lot.
Give me something good.
That's 6'3", 245. He's a beast.
I'm just messing with my boy.
Remember, SI most likely to play on both sides of the ball this season.
Okay.
So on defense, I'm going to swap it. He said Brenton Cox can't be the breakout because he hasn't done anything. I'm going to say that he's going to be the breakout because of all the attention he's getting during camp.
Okay.
And I think the sleeper on defense, I'm going to give you something else again. I'm going Trey Dean because they moved him over to safety.
Okay. So another DB.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Well,
I don't mind it because Trey Dean was next on my list after Elam. So I don't mind it.
There we go.
And we both choose Cox. Yeah. You got to choose Cox. He's got the 1 jersey. You know he's going to do something this year. Whether he's the breakout or the sleeper, it don't really matter.
So that's how it is.
Yeah.
So just watch out for. Let us know who your sleeper and who your picks are. Email us, comment in the thread. Hit us up on Tap, Instagram, Facebook.
Man.
Let us know.
Hey, if y'all ever have anything to say to us, message us on Instagram.
Please.
Message us on anything. Let us know.
And share this with your friends, and I thank everyone for the support. And I thank Justin for always being on here with us, man. It's awesome.
It's a great time.
So do we want to try to call Ricky, or let's wait till the 30-minute mark?
So
we'll try to call
let me text Ricky real quick and see what he's doing. We might have to do this next week because I know my boy Rick did have something planned for today. Give me 1 second.
Right now we do have the raise over my left shoulder. If you're watching on the right, over the right shoulder, it's 5-4 Razor winning in the bottom of the 7th. Or sorry, top of the 7th, 1 out, 2 outs now just happened. So Rays are on a roll right now, and I think it's something that Tampa Bay sports fans should be excited about because we are dominating on all facets. Eastern Conference Final for the Lightning, 5 games up on the Yankees. You heard that right. 5 games up on the Yankees, bro, right now. 8-2 in the series. See, bro, I'm tired of all these Yankee fans who are just puffing their chest out, making excuses. No,
Bro.
the Rays did what you couldn't do.
I wanted to be on this show
You did.
all week last week because of what was going on with the Rays and the Yankees. Okay? And I love our coach Cash because he said it perfectly. He said, we got a whole stable full of people that throw 98 miles an hour if you want to play this game.
And you know what? That was actually pretty well thought out and clever of him because he did a lot of things with that statement. He made sure that no one could retaliate because then everyone knew it was intentional.
Yeah.
So he knew going in.
Well, because
yep.
Tanaka hit somebody in the first inning, and Tanaka has the complete control. He don't hit nobody.
He doesn't.
You want to know what else about that pitch? It was the hardest pitch he's thrown all year.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
Don't tell me he didn't do that on purpose, and don't tell me that Chapman didn't throw at Brasso's head. And I
His
swear,
body language
and that's Bush League. That's Bush League by Chapman. And then the next night, Brasso came out and gave him 2 big fuck yous. 2 big fuck yous with blast over the fence. And we ended up winning that game, and we ended up taking that series.
8-2 in the regular season.
So I'm so listen, man, I'm so hype about this Yankee Rays series. I hope we see him in the playoffs. Boston
taking 12-27 on the season.
They're not very good this year, so we don't really have to worry about Boston this year. But the Yankees are really working my nerves. And they have been since the years past because if you go back to 3 years, they've hit us like 18 times, and we've hit them 4.
Yeah, 18 times they've hit since 2018.
And we've hit them 4.
Not even close.
So who are you? Who's doing it on purpose?
They were mad because DJ LeMahieu was getting thrown up to. He hit 2 home runs that game. Don't complain to us about throwing up to DJ LeMahieu when he turns around and hits 2 bombs. Pitching up is part of baseball. That's how you get people off the plate. That's how you establish a zone in a
bro. And then for Aaron Boone afterwards to act like he was so worried it was such a big threat. What Cash said about having 98-mile-an-hour guys in the bullpen. Boone, tell your guys to stop throwing at our heads at 101 miles an hour.
You know what? I would have knocked homeboy out.
Bro, that could cause serious injury. When I seen it, I was like, bro, that's bullshit. And that has no place in the game of baseball. You don't throw at people's heads. If you want to plug somebody, you hit him in the ribs.
He's hot right now.
Bro, we grew up playing baseball.
You know.
When you want to throw somebody, you hit him in the ribs.
Hit him in the leg, hit him in the waist down, that kind of thing.
Ribs are fine in my book, but you don't go at somebody's head.
Speaking of injuries, Yandy Diaz is on the 10-day with a hamstring. We saw that. He left that game early.
Yeah.
So there's some pitchers who are working their way back. You have Alvarado move from the 60-day to the 45-day injury list. Yarbrough threw a bullpen session today. Oliver Drake threw a bullpen session as well yesterday. Diaz and Adames, bro, what about that? What is your take right now that Diaz and Adames are batting over 300 respectively? 307 for Yandy and 320 for Willie Adames right now.
Well, Yandy, we kind of expect that kind of thing from because Yandy we brought him in here to hit. Willie, on the other hand, is a big surprise and a nice surprise at that because Willie in his past has always been a streaky hitter. So when he's going good, he's going good. But when he's going bad, he's going bad.
Happened, bro?
If you're hitting 322, you're consistent.
I don't care if it's during a 60 games. It doesn't matter because right now they're playing games every single night. They're having a night off like every 6 days.
Yeah. And listen,
this is more than ever. Remember how they always say that an MLB season is a marathon, not a sprint? This is now somehow both. Right?
This is a sprint.
Right?
And it's one of those things where you don't want to go through the whole year playing good and then at the end start slacking off and end up being in the playoffs and you've been slacking. You want to continue. And I don't think it's one of those things because it's such a short season. I don't think you can get tired like that because they're used to playing 162. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now you're only playing 60. That's not even half the season until you get in the playoffs. So you should be fresh.
Yeah, for sure.
No matter who you are.
Food's here. No, that's fine. Tacos have arrived. So anyways, look, the Rays have to finish strong. We have some 70. Guess this is wins and losses of the Rays remaining 5 teams that they have to play. let me see if I can recite these off. No, the Phillies, the Mets, the Nationals, the Red Sox. Did I say the Phillies already?
Yeah, you did.
Phillies, Mets, Red Sox, Nationals, and the Yankees. I think the Yankees are one more. So
You play the Yankees one more?
just kidding, they don't. They already finished that series.
I was gonna say.
Anyways, 75
Maybe
and 116. 75 wins and 116 losses is currently. Oh, told you Thomas arrived.
So below 500.
75 and 116 is the win-loss record for the remaining opponents on the Rays roster or on the schedule. They're going to really. I mean, 40 and 11 is a great milestone to look for. 40 and 20. I think they could beat that. I think they can go over that.
They do better than
especially
that.
right now. If they win this. Think about that. All the pitchers, over 10 pitchers on the IL.
Still.
Yandy Diaz, our second leading hitter for average, is on the DL right now. We're playing well. The Rays are prone to right now. They've somehow withstood all this adversity.
When you look at the Dodgers and you see how stacked they are, the next team after this is the Rays. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's how good we are this year.
All right, so Rays are good. Look, that's something to keep an eye on. It's 5-4 right now.
2 outs in the seventh.
2 outs in the top of the seventh. Marlon's got a guy on second. Well, ironically, it's Matt Joyce. Go figure. So
and they also have Corey Dickerson,
who's gone yard twice in the last 2 series with the Marlins. Go figure. He kind of knows that he hit Snell deep the other night. We still dominated.
So he's homering off 2 lefties. Yeah. He's a lefty. That's cool. Can we pause? Can we crack another beer?
No, sure. Here you go. So Justin is going to move on to a Sunshine City. This is from Green Bench. I'm going to go tomorrow. My wife and I, we are going to kind of brewery hop a little bit.
Where are you going?
We may go to Green Bench. We may go to 81 Bay.
Check out any food places?
Dunedin Brewery, because they have pizza. And if y'all don't know, I've tried over 75 pizzas. Justin knows. Even during the pandemic, I was grilling.
I asked.
Yeah. I make my own pizza. I grill pizza. And I'm going to try Dunedin Brewery in Madison Park.
Madison Avenue.
Madison Avenue in Dunedin as well. So that's 2 pizza places right there in Dunedin, and I will try it tomorrow.
And look, man, I haven't tried Madison Avenue, but I do follow them on Instagram, and they have a chicken and waffle pizza. They have a Cuban sandwich pizza. Make sure y'all go out and try these local places.
Well, hey, Tampa Bay Brewing Company has fire pizza as well. Just check. Hey, you know what I want to try? And I'm going to bring it up. We're going to, maybe him and I will next week, or I'll try to get it. New World Brewery moved from Ybor over to the Bush, like Temple Terrace area.
Really?
And they've always had great pizzas. I'd love to go and try it. They have a nice patio out there. So, again, look, we're also here to spread the word of the local breweries and businesses that are around. We're out there trying to put money back into the economy. We're trying to order. We ordered tonight. Order from home. Go out and be safe, but put money back into the economy. Support the breweries and the restaurants. But anyways, hey, big news at the Bucs. What happened? I just couldn't tell. I kept hearing something was going on. What did the Bucs do?
The Bucs made a huge splash and signed recently waived running back Leonard Fournette, former Pro Bowl running back.
He rushed for 1,300 yards last year.
And that is a huge move for a position that the Bucs were really – that was the position we were scary about. We were iffy about because we didn't know.
Because didn't Jones go down?
Yeah, he got hurt.
You know.
You have McCoy as your backup, but McCoy is old now. So you sign Leonard Fournette.
Get rid of Dare.
And that's a huge move. And I'm not even scratching my head about getting rid of Umgumawale because at the same time
Dare.
Leonard Fournette just a few years ago was a first-round draft pick.
He what?
Okay?
4th pick overall.
Yeah. He was drafted over Christian McCaffrey. He was drafted over a lot of these guys Joe Mixon, a lot of these guys. And he didn't disappoint. He balled for Jacksonville. Okay? So that may be just what the Bucs need to be able to not have to always throw the ball in the ice game.
Well, listen to this kind of offensive roster that's kind of floating around here. I mean, this is obviously extended. There's going to be we have some questions for whether it's Ricky this week or next week. But I've got some – I want to talk to someone.
On that. Yeah. Ricky did let me know that he still at the bar with his dad, and he's going to have to come on next week.
Next week.
It's okay.
Fine. Listen, Tom Brady right now, quarterback, obviously. Leonard Fournette, LaShawn McCoy, and Ronald Jones splitting carries some way, somehow. Mike Evans, Godwin, and Miller. Gronkowski, Brait, Howard. I mean, what are we talking about? I mean, that is an ensemble of talent right now that Brady has never had around him. And I don't care what Rob Parker, you freaking bum. I'm going to be nice.
Somebody called the Bucs the Golden State Buccaneers today.
It's an ensemble of talent, bro.
The Golden State
I said
Buccaneers.
that first. Don't let anyone tell you. Ensemble of talent. That's what the Bucs have right now, and they're going to be able to win a lot of games. Let's
just hope that it doesn't turn into the Eagles of the past when they had the dream team.
You know who they compared them to? Remember the hype for the Cleveland Browns last year? I'm like, this is not the Browns. Baker Mayfield.
We don't have Baker Mayfield. We have Tom Brady.
That's not how it is. So I don't want to hear that comparison. Oh, I hate when Dan Patrick is out because then they bring on freaking people like
I hate
Rob
when Dan
Parker.
Patrick is in because I don't listen to him either.
Oh, gosh.
I like Tampa.
What are
I
you
like
calling 6-1?
Tampa sports.
So I'm pouring more brew growler. The last of
He
it.
took the rest of the
Sunlab Faded Light 7.5 ABV New England style IPA from Miami.
It was delicious.
And get it from Brew Growler Bar right here.
3.75 is a good. It's a good in my book. If you watch me, you know 3.75 is good. Go drink it.
Do it. Don't take our opinion for it. Try it yourself. So, anyways, how do you feel about the Lightning going to the Eastern Conference Final right now? How you feeling? Game 7 tonight against the Flyers and the Islanders. Keep it going.
You want to know why I feel so good about this? It's because the Lightning lost Game 1 to the Bruins, and they came out and put it to them 4 straight. And that 7-goal game is what made the statement and told them.
It did. Isn't that absolutely wild how they kind of were outmatched, outmanned, outplayed
into that game?
In that very first one, and then it was over the rest of the time. They put the pedal to the metal, and the Lightning were able to enforce their will and play their type of game, and it wasn't
And
close.
I think it had, and this is just my opinion, it had a lot to do with we were still in the mindset of playing Columbus in the first game, and you got to play the teams different. You got to match up with them different. You got to do things different. And after the first game, we made the adjustments to playing a new team, and we won 4 straight.
Give Cooper credit. Take it from what you will. I appreciate that post-game speech he had.
Oh, did you
He's
see?
cool, calm, collected, and I know that people love to make him the scapegoat, but he really is a good coach. He made a lot of good moves. And I only bring that up because before the playoffs started, I was listening to Pat Donovan, and they were talking about how so many people want to chastise and kind of take credit away from John Cooper. That's his style of coaching. If you watch his press conferences, if you even saw the video of his post-game speech, he's cool, calm, collected, and he really knows how to psychologically be there and get his players to buy in.
Well, did you see after Game 4, the Game 5, his pregame speech when he was talking about how the Bruins aren't going to go, they're not going to go nicely into the night. They're gonna fight. So we're gonna have to fight to put this game away. And no doubt about it, we absolutely had to fight Game 5. It was
resiliency.
It was not something that was given to us. It was something that where we made some mistakes, we let up some goals, but at the end of the day, in overtime, Victor Hedman put it through the hole, and we came out victors.
Oh.
And now
You saw it between that guy's legs. I didn't notice that until between the guy's legs, he threw it right into traffic. Halak had no choice. No chance but to let that thing go.
Now you have either the Islanders or the Flyers who I don't care what nobody says.
Tonight. Give me both.
I don't care because neither of them are the Bruins.
I watched the game the other night. You watch one?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole one. I watched some of it.
The goalies, if they keep playing like they're playing, we're going to put up a lot of goals.
He really earned a lot of respect there, but Tuukka Rask would have been a different issue. It doesn't matter. We don't have time for that.
Listen.
There's no one left in the playoffs who are going to be able to put up a fight like this.
One team.
Who? Dallas?
Las Vegas.
Okay.
I'm worried about Las Vegas. I'm not worried about Las Vegas, but if Las Vegas comes out of the West, they're the only team that I feel has a chance with us.
We skipped a few spots on the Bucs. Okay, I'm sorry.
Did we?
We did. I'm looking down here. Remember they cut the kicker today.
The writer for the Bucs said the Bucs kept it straight with Gay.
Irony at its finest.
That writer might be fired after today, but don't worry about that. the Bucs cut Matt Gay
and Dare.
and Agumbawale.
That's probably close. Closer than I would get. Good job.
That's definitely how you say it. Agumbawale. And a lot of people, you know, we liked Agumbawale back in the past because
he was the captain of the special teams.
Yeah, but we were also 7-9, 6-10 in the past too. This is a different team. Okay? So while he was the captain in the past, we also have to see where we're at right now and what we have.
So right now, over our shoulder, real quick, we are watching Venice versus IMG Academy High School football. We do love recruiting. I love recruiting. Justin does, and I make him love it. We're looking over our shoulder right now.
Jason
Marshall's on there. Leonard Taylor from Miami's on there. Undecided Xavier Story is on there. Recruiting's not going anywhere because remember the 2020 class was just able to be reached out to last week. It was a big freaking day.
Yeah.
So just know this Brew and Orange podcast is always going to have some really good Florida recruiting because I love it and it never sleeps.
You want to know something else? Going on the Bucs stuff. Yeah, they cut Gay. They did.
They did.
But excuse me. One thing I want to talk about is it doesn't seem like a lot of people are talking about it either. Last year, the Bucs defense finished top 10.
Bro, the way they were number 7 in yards allowed.
They finished top 10.
That's what I'm saying. Where is all this talk coming from that all of a sudden, like...
And you want to know who they kept? They kept
everybody.
Sue, JPP,
Delaware
Shaq Barrett, Devin White,
did he have 9
Levante
sacks?
David, Vita Vea. What?
They're stacked right now. The defensive backs are doing even better than they were last year.
Bro,
another year. Bro.
Dean, not to be confused with the Gators Dean. What's the Gators Dean?
Trading.
Yeah. We're talking about Jamel Dean.
The Bucs are ready on paper, defense and offense. I don't care what any of your pundits talk about.
I just drafted the Bucs defense last night in my fantasy league because I'm very confident.
You didn't pick up like Jones or anything, did you?
No, I didn't pick up Jones because I know what's going to happen. I think we both know what's going to happen.
So, I'm going to ask him. Okay, so by what week is Fournette the unsung star? Week 2. Okay. So y'all heard this here
2
first?
or 3.
Okay.
Nowhere past 3.
Okay.
And I got love for Jones, but Fournette's going to be a beast.
He's a beast. He's simple as that.
He's going to be a beast.
He's a hardcore downhill runner.
Bro, you're not going to know what to do on defense versus us.
Because he can catch the ball out. He's that athletic.
But you're not going to know what to do on defense versus us because we can pound the ball in the middle. We can play fake and dump it out to the backs. We can play fake and throw it deep. We can go shotgun. Bro, you're not going to know what to do with
us. A stable of receivers. And now maybe Suck Up comes in and we can make some field goals, you know? Because you don't want to lose games.
Because the field goals
Brady is going to
points.
What is Brady worth? Like an extra 6.5, 7 points a game, maybe? 13.5 points a game, possibly?
He's worth an extra 2 less interceptions a game. That's what he's worth.
So what are those interceptions worth? Because remember, didn't Jameis have 8 pick sixes?
You know what that's worth? That's worth better field position for your defense. That was already top 10 last year when your quarterback threw 30 interceptions.
So I don't want to hear this whole there's negativity towards the defense. I'm not buying it. I think they're going to still be effective.
They're going to ball.
Yeah, they are.
Second year under Todd Bowles, who is the best defensive coordinator in the league.
Leftwich and Bowles are going to be head coaches one day.
Bowles already was.
Exactly, yeah.
He's going to go back to that. And Leftwich is definitely on his way.
So, look, it is a great time to be a Tampa Bay sports fan. The Rays are playing well, first place in the East, 5 games up on the Yankees. The Bulls are in the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll find out tonight late
who they play,
either the Flyers or the Islanders. The Bucs, the hype has never been bigger. I don't care. I mean, I'm 32 years old, born and raised here, just like, you're born and raised here. The hype has never been bigger.
Yeah.
Look, next weekend, the Bulls, USF, has a game. The Rays are in a couple weeks. I mean, the Gators are in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But college football's back full-fledged. Go find a local brewery, local restaurant, somewhere to have a beer and get something to eat and watch, or sit at home and order. Stay safe and sit at home and order, but football's back, man.
And let me tell you this.
We're back.
I was very emotional on this podcast today because there was a lot of emotional topics to discuss with the Lightning and the Rays. And And I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Nobody.
Okay?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
No. It's good to be a Tampa Bay Rays fan. Screw the Yankees and their elitist mindset.
Chapman's still Bush
I'm
League.
tired of it.
Boone is still a horrible head coach.
Forget the Yankees. Forget Georgia. I'm over all of these people. It's Rays time. It's Gators time. It's Lightning time. Let's take the Gators out of it. There's going to be a 3-peat. Okay? It's happening. Bolts, Bucs, Rays.
Tampa Sports.
Tampa Sports, man.
JB, the Tampa Sports guy, don't you forget it.
So that's going to be the end of the podcast. We had delicious beers. Sunshine City from Green Bench. We had Faded Nights from Sun Lab in Miami, 7.5 ABV from the Brew Growler Bar on Gun Highway. Please go check it out.
Go get you one. That's awesome.
Cool spot. I'm telling you, it's awesome. And again, follow him, follow me, Brew and Orange, Instagram, and Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Follow Brew and Orange first, then come follow me.
Yeah. Hey, just show us all love. Show the local breweries love. Everyone stay safe. Have a good, safe weekend. Social distance where you can. Wear a mask when you can. And let's have some college football. Watch tomorrow. Be safe.
We're going to have a good Labor Day weekend. I hope you do too.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.